Hey everybody, and thanks for watching Woodcrest Bonsai. Today I'm going to work on this juniper Procumbens nana, also called a Japanese green mound juniper. In the bonsai hobby they're basically just called Procumbens, so that's what I will call it from now on. And this tree was a landscape plant that I purchased along with about 13 others, and they were all flat, which is why they're called Procumbens. And so I took a leader that I thought would make a good trunk, and I brought it up. So on this tree it's obviously, this leader here. But I took the wire off too soon, and so a lot of them have fallen over, and this one's no exception. So I'm going to wire it. My goal today is to wire the apex back up like that, and then also bring this back branch around to have more visual weight over here. So I've already begun the wiring process. So I put the wire in the ground and I've wrapped it around the trunk a couple times. And bring it into here. You always want to be cognizant of where your branches are. You don't want to crush any branches. And my wiring technique is not anything to write home about, but that's okay. Wiring for me is more about, does it actually do what I want it to do? And if it does, and how it looks is irrelevant. And I love the analogy of wiring as holding a live bird in your hand. You want to hold it tightly enough so that it doesn't escape. But you don't want to hold it so tightly that you crush it to death. And so it is with wiring. If you really wire a branch incredibly tight, then you are much more prone to getting wire scars that much sooner. So I twisted it around a little bit, so here we go. Let's see where we're at here. So whenever I move wire, I have my thumbs pretty much together so that you can feel if the branch is cracking. And there, that looks so much better. Although once again in the viewfinder there's so much incidental little growth because this is such a young tree that it's really hard to see the line in looking at it with just my eyeballs. It's done exactly what I want. And now, as you can see, huge gaping hole right here. So that's the next step, is to wire that baby into place. And I'm going to bring it around because I need, another thing I do with wiring is I want the branch to be facing me. It's much easier to apply the wire if the branch is facing you. And you always want to anchor your wire at least 2 times around the main trunk or a thicker, larger branch before you go to the branch that you want to manipulate. So running into a lot of other smaller branching from other branches. I usually style junipers over 2 or 3 years. I'm not an instant bonsai kind of guy. And that's okay. Some people do that on the internet. They'll take a nursery bought Procumbens and style it, you know, instant, so within an hour. Okay, so now let's bring that guy. Same thing, you want your thumbs on the branch so you can feel if it's going to crack. And I'm a wire saver, so if I have excess wire sticking out like that, I live by myself and I got no one to yell at me for it. Unless you want to yell at me in the comments. And there we go. That is so much nicer. I think I need to move back a little bit. Let me see. Do I just move the tree back? Probably easier than moving the tripod. Oh yeah. Let's take it to about there. So very nice. We have nice movement this way and some decent balancing over here. Have another small branch right here that could probably use to be wired out like this. And since I'm here and since I've got my wire, and since there's still time on the clock, I only have a memory disk that only lasts 15 minutes. I know, I'm a dinosaur. Will that one work? Let's hope so. So bring it around a couple times. And on some trees, wiring is not really even necessary, but on junipers it's almost imperative to really get the branches in the place that you want. And if you're new to wiring, you also want to wire at a 45-degree angle. Any different angle, either too small or too large. Let's see, here we go. Somewhere into there like that. Oh yes, okay. So it's getting there. Now you see there's a lot of weird growth because this was growing up, but since I brought the branch up, this is now growing to the side. I would call that going against the grain, but it will righten itself up now that it feels that it's been spun around. That growth will just become straight again. So there's some September maintenance, just some basic wiring on a Juniper Procumbens Nana. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you'd like. And when you subscribe and you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified of every video that I release, and I try to release one a day. So I think this tree has great potential. It still needs some tweaking, and the major tweaking will come in the spring when I root prune it, and then I will do even more styling, more wiring, you know, bring it to the next stage. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.